What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Recently, I saw that there was a brother on TikTok who went somewhat viral, and I believe this particular brother might be associated with some of the brothers who travel to Colombia on YouTube. And this particular brother's name is Austin Holloman. All right. Now, Austin Holloman is growing somewhat of an audience on TikTok. And a shout out to the brother. He's doing a really powerful job over there. But he has this particular video that he made a few weeks ago, 2 of them. But he recently went to Brazil, I believe. And he made a video that says, "Don't marry a woman from the United States." I'll play that video and then I'll come back.
Guys, do not marry a woman from the United States. Y'all can live in the same house and she thinks sweeping her own floor is a slave duty just because she doesn't want to be a wife to you.
After making that video, he actually changed his mind. He made this video talking about don't marry women from the United States at all. Let's check it out.
Guys, look, stop. I'm just going to go ahead and say this because I've had enough of this reading the comments and just talking and seeing that nobody's going to change. Nobody's even going to get the message. Stop dating women in the United States altogether. I know I said stop, don't marry a woman. Don't even with them at all now, okay? Because the thing is, nobody's going to change, right? Nobody's even gonna try to compromise, okay? They think that you want to control them because you ask them to sweep the floor in the same house that they live in. And at the end of the day, I was told that, hey, Austin, you're just going through a phase. But let me ask you this. What are you getting out of dating a woman from the United States? You go to these other countries, you experience these women that treat you like you are somebody, like a real human, to be honest. And then you come back here. Man, I came back here and I'm like, I'll just wait to have sex again when I get out of the country. I just got interviewed. A dude asked me if I met a good chick here in the United States, would it change my mind? To be honest with you, knowing me, I'm not even gonna give it a shot. It's a waste of time. If I go on a date, every time I spend money in the United States, I think about how much would it have been in Brazil and how much money am I wasting. I go to Austin, Texas. I love Austin, Texas. I go over there to hang out for 3 days. That money it costs me to hang out in Austin for 3 days pays for 2 months in Colombia. Why the would I date over here in the United States? First, you're going to spend all your money here. And then you're going to get a that can't even get her pH off. And don't give me that bullshit of I'm picking the wrong one. All y'all pH off damn near. Especially if you're under 25. Y'all shit. You probably watch this right now, your shit's. But yeah, just stop dating in the United States altogether. And that's what's going to make women wake up. They don't need a man. They don't need us. Let them die alone. We go to another country, find you a woman, come back. Shit, don't even come back. They're going to have to comply and they're going to have to rethink. And then before I go, another thing, I talked to my homeboy. He said, "Oh, those women in South America, they just act like that because they're basically second-class citizens. They're not treated like shit. The same shit that women here claim to be bullshit. In Arabia, you can't even drive. But okay, so what? They are women that are being so oppressed that they cook for their men and they have sex when they want to and they sweep the floor. And then what do you have back here? It's the day and night difference. It's a complete flip. Get the the United States. The women here ain't shit. I'm calling it for what it is. If they shit, bring 100,000 of them, put them all in the group. You can't even get 20 of them.
So let me kind of break down that rant. The first thing he says is don't date them because nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. And let me just say this, I think that if you're going to engage women in any country, especially in America, the ones who already have their minds made up, that you can't convince them. Typically women who are going to be really good for relationships are, wanting to give somebody something. Either they're already going to kind of be like that, or they're not. So when he says nothing is going to change, I agree. For the people who have their mind made up, nothing's going to change. But then he asks another question. What are you getting? And that tends to be a very fundamental question that a lot of guys are asking themselves in America. And not just America, a lot of guys are asking themselves that worldwide. Now, I do believe that out of any place in the world, you're going to see women more ready for serious relationships in the Asian countries, and obviously in the Latin American countries. So the Dominican Republic, Brazil, Colombia, they tend to be a little bit better, right? I think anywhere else you might be running into some, similar issues. Europe, even parts of Africa could be an issue depending on where you are at. But what are you getting? And the thing about it is it worth the investment? Now, the guy was also talking about, he loves Austin, Texas. He must be somewhere in Texas. But when he goes there, the money he spent in 2 or 3 days in Texas and Austin, he's like, look, I could have took this money and went to Brazil or to Colombia. And he didn't talk about looks, but obviously I've been to Brazil. I can tell you the women are very, very beautiful. And it's like, listen, I could have had this money and I could have did X, Y, Z with it. And he said, upon coming back to America, he realized, like, I'll just wait to have sex when I get out the country. And it's so bad that he doesn't even want to give a woman a chance in America because he's wasting his time. Now, when he said, like, he gets treated pretty good when he goes out of the country, I've heard that before. But the the main thing which is interesting is, like, he gets treated like a human being. Okay? And this is coming from a guy, and I saw this on another brother's take on this particular brother. He looks like a dude that wouldn't have problems with women. I mean, it ain't like we're talking about some dude who's, 400 pounds or something like that. He looks like a brother that, most sisters would, want to give a chance or deal with. So if he's talking like that, it's not even, it's a bigger issue, right? And he said at the end, like, stop trying to negotiate with these ladies and let them just live their lives. And I think that's a pretty good idea, right? And I think that's the thing that we got to deal with. A lot of men, especially black men, are you going to get a lot from dating relationships in America? I think if you're a guy that might be more on a different socioeconomic class, and you're likely to meet ladies in a different socioeconomic class, and that woman has come from, a pretty decent background, it's more likely. That average working class guy, $60,000, $70,000, even $80,000 a year, it can be quite difficult. Because even the women that could date you can look down on you. That's very, very dangerous, right? And that's what you're seeing, man. A lot of guys are starting to say, listen, I can get a better deal someplace else. And men are just giving up on the dating markets. And it's really the real thing. Even the dude was saying, like, a woman will complain about cleaning up the own dirt in her house that she created because she doesn't want to be your wife. That's how bad it's gotten in certain aspects. You see, if a woman wants to do something nice for a man, cook for a man, clean for a man, it looks very bad for her to do so. People will talk down on her in certain areas and certain things. I just don't think that men are getting, on average, any kind of benefit from being in relationships with women in America. And it's sad to say that, especially in the black community where you need men to come in, and be motivated to do things. When the men are not motivated to do things, what can happen? I mean, nothing happens. There's no businesses really being started as much. There's not a whole lot of labor going into the communities because women have businesses, true, But when men in the community are changing things, that's when shit really happens. Men come in, they build infrastructure, they build businesses, they do things like that. They stay up and they work all night. They'll work with the industries, they'll work together and do stuff. When you're missing that from black communities, I mean, that is really, 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 really strong. And when those guys are taking their talents that most women thought that were jokes and they go and take it somewhere else, to Colombia, to Brazil, where women really appreciate guys like that, it's really, really powerful. And you're really seeing that. And the ladies are hating the guy on TikTok for this. You know, like even his status says, if you look at his TikTok, get your passports, U.S. dating refugee, having trouble, date outside the U.S. Like this is got the guy's new religion. Get the hell out of the USA. You will find a better deal, no questions asked. And where does that leave the everyday woman that's looking for an everyday man, possibly? In a lot of trouble. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. We're out. Peace.